viewers, this is Radiant Parenting. We are honored to come your way with our program dubbed My Parenting Journey. Parenting is a journey, do you believe that? Yes, it is, and a difficult one for that matter. We at Radiant Parenting believe that parenting must be planned, it must be intentional, and it must be purposeful. Before we continue, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel, share and like our Facebook and YouTube page.
Hello, this is Mina Lasse. I want to recommend Radiant Parenting to you. It is a very beautiful channel that talks to you about parenting. Are you struggling in your parenting journey? Do you want to do parenting on purpose? Then I recommend this channel to you. It's such an insightful piece of parenting, how you're going to go about your parenting journey, how you want to, adopt different parenting styles. We have different people sharing their opinion. I recommend this to you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page. You would never regret doing that. God bless you. Bye. I would say that parenting is not an event. Sometimes people say spend quality time or quantity time. Parenting is a process and you always have to be there. You have to make time and you also have to be there all the time, because sometimes our children need somebody to talk to, they need somebody to encourage them, they're having a challenging time. You need to be there. Remember, we are stewards. God made us stewards. And I always say we are bringing up somebody's wife. We are bringing up somebody's husband. We are also bringing us a responsible adult for the nation. So you are bringing up a CEO. You are bringing up a politician, an organizational head. Have all that in mind. And together with your husband, bring the children up so that one day somebody will bless you as having done a very good job. And one day God will tell you, good and faithful servant. You took very good care of my property, what I entrusted in your hands. Bear that in mind so that nobody will curse you one day and say that, look at this job you did, it's not good at all. And pray. You need to pray. Like everything depends on prayer. Rise up at dawn, mom, and pray for your children. I wake up 2 a.m. I am always laying hands on my children and speaking forth what I want to see happen to them. I do that every time. Sometimes they see, sometimes they don't see. If your husband is not doing it, it's okay, mother, do it. And one day, you will thank God for what you did. God bless us all. Amen.
So my final words to every parent out there: you are doing so well. You are doing great. God bless you. Keep it up. But be reminded that parenting is a ministry. See it as such, and God will grant you all the grace and strength to raise these little ones. Again, our children learn very well by modeling. It is what they see us parents do that they also emulate. And so I entreat every parent out there to live right so that the children we are raising would also live as such. Thank you so much.
And today we are coming your way once again with our program dubbed My Parenting Journey. Parenting is a journey, do you know that? Yes. And it's a difficult journey, sometimes challenging, sometimes sweet, sometimes exciting. And it's good to talk to people who have been on that journey and learn from their experiences. That's what my parenting journey is all about. Get seated, relax, and follow this program as we start this program with our wonderful guest in the studio. We are going on a quick commercial break and we'll be back soon. Thank you.
Parenting is a godly task that God graciously has given to us. For everyone who is married, we have a responsibility to ensure that the children who are a gift that God has given to us are properly nurtured. It calls for a lot of resources in terms of time, in terms of money, and other resources that are needed. We need to have it at the back of our mind that we have to give an account of what God has given to us, the children that God has given to us. We shouldn't see it as a chore, or we shouldn't see it as something that is difficult, but we should see it as part of our lives and an obligation on us to be able to fulfill God's purpose in raising up these children in the fear and in the admonition of the Lord, so that they will grow to become responsible adults and even better than us.
Hello, welcome back from the commercial break. Today we have our guest as Mrs. Gifty Agyemang. She's an entrepreneur, a finance person, and also a teacher. She's learned so much about the period, and we are going to gain from her experiences. Mrs. Agyemang, you are welcome to Radiant Parenting.
Thank you so much, Auntie Gifty, and thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. Please tell us about yourself. Who is Mrs. Gifty Agyemang? Who were your parents? Where did you come from?
Okay, thank you very much. Gifty Agyemang started her educational progression as a teacher, professional teacher. Taught for a while, then progressed. So I'm a banker in addition, and I love business, so I'm an entrepreneur. And my parents are passed or late. So I was parented by Mr. Davis Kwejubeni and Dickness Comfort Asantua Ado, all of blessed memory. They were all teachers, professional teachers, and very principled, and they were really attached to their children. They believe that parenting is about involving yourself in the lives of your children. So they were always there for us, and they taught us a lot. They always want us to acknowledge the God factor first in our lives, be serious with everything that we do, and also because, as usual, they were involved in education. Every child should be very serious with his or education. And the discipline aspect, you shouldn't deal with it, because they will not even accept you going against the law or the principle that they've set for us. But they were using the fair and hard way together, so firm and fair approach of parenting. So they were using a little bit of autocratic but more of democratic. So we were free to talk to them with whatever problems that we were having, and also we were like friends instead of parents. So those were the parents' experience that I got.
Great. So did you say that your parents were passed? So you had these people whose name you mentioned parenting you?
They were the same people.
They were the same people.
Yes.
Those were your parents?
Yes.
Okay. They were democratic and
A bit.
also a bit.
more of democratic and autocratic
At the same
same time.
Good. So what were some of the rules that you had at home in growing up?
Okay, with regards to my mother's side, when it comes to house choice, you have to wait. She believes that a child shouldn't be lazy.
Okay.
So if you sleep and wake up late, she has some kind of perception that then you are trying to be lazy.
So wake up late. So how late is late?
So for her, at most 5:30 a.m. you should be up. Then you have to involve in the house choice. And the principle was that she doesn't know whether you were a male or a female. Everybody must work. So we were doing work according to age progression. So the elderly ones will start maybe doing the harder ones, maybe cooking and doing other stuff. Whilst those who were coming, you learn how to sweep, maybe wash the dishes and those stuff. So, and together with it, she also believed that as a child, whether a male or female, you one day grow and you have a house to keep. So it shouldn't be this work is for a male or for a female. Everybody must learn. And together with that, she believes that as a child, when you grow up, it's not only the formal education that you should learn or get a skill from. So at least you should also get a skill in the form of trading or something in addition.
Wow.
So whatever, she was a professional teacher, but she was so much involved in other businesses and other enterprise. So sometimes you wake up, you help with baking and other stuff before you go to school, but you shouldn't also forget about your books. And on the part of my father, he will never beat you, but he used the silent approach.
How was that?
He will use the eye.
Your father?
Yes, to discipline you. So for instance, I remember a schoolmate followed us to school, who was a male. Then when he came, we were in a sitting room.
So the schoolmate followed you to the house?
To the house.
From school to the
From
house?
school to the house, and at the teenage age. So when we were there, he rather welcomed the guy, and he involved the guy into conversation, and small time we will stop and look at the guy. So within 10 or 15 minutes, the guy was not feeling comfortable, said, I'm going, and that was the last time he visited. So he was using that approach together with the sex education and more of talking, involving you.
Your father?
Yes.
So he rather did the sex education?
Yes.
How many were you?
We were 6.
How many?
4 female and 2 guys.
Wow, and he did the education?
Yes.
Okay.
So for us, before you even go out for other students or male students to influence you or a lady to influence you, you have an idea. Sometimes we'll teach you how some guys will behave and approach what should come into your mind. So he doesn't restrain us from getting that sex education.
Wow, he did well.
Yes. So together, and most of the time when you fail to do whatever your duty, the two of them will then invite you, talk to you. If they have to beat you, sometimes they beat you together.
How do they do that?
This person will say, I told you not to do that, maybe give you some whip. Then this person will add.
At the same time?
At the same time, they say, we won't do that. But hardly would you see them using that very harsh approach. But when that turn, you do that, and to that extent, my friend, you are dead.
You're in trouble.
Yes, big one.
The two of them will combine against you.
So you know that it's not like you have it at the back of your mind that the parents that I have, none of them will support you when you do a bad thing. You know, some homes, the mother will try to correct, then maybe the father will want to support the child or this. So sometimes when it happens like that, the child inform or have a at the back of the mind that maybe my mother hates me or father hates me. This one is equal. So you don't have the opportunity to say that.
Wow, that's interesting. So do you remember some of the things that your father told you about sex education?
Yes.
Can you share some?
I quite remembered, I was the way he was relating to us, both of them, but I was very close to him. So I once remember when I had my first flu, I went to him and said, I've informed Mom, but this is what, so, oh, okay. Every month when you need pad, come and tell me.
Your father?
Yes. So that
he needs an award.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he's gone.
Yes, then there are times that when I will show signs of maybe abnormal pain, and I will go and tell him, today my head. I'll say, are you sure it's your head? Is it not your thing? This pain, when it comes, I know you people, you don't like food, you like liquid things. So through that, then he sat me down that because of the flu, this stage, you are now a woman.
Complete woman.
Complete. So you can take seed at any time. And you have to take your education very serious. Now, if you go, I was a science student, so I was among a lot of guys. So he said, now the guys, you are beautiful, your shapes have come, they will patronize. But that doesn't mean that you should give in. Tell them that at the right time, I will get married and my husband will see my whatever they want. So he was trying to psych the mind that it's not like at this age you are an angel that no man will come after you. They will come. But know how to play your cards. You have to concentrate on your education. So sometimes you will take a book and be reading on sex education, some of the consequences and this, so you know the what's up with it. So when a meal or whatever a friend starts, you know that, oh, this is all about, so I have to be careful.
Wow, so he was really intentional as a father.
Yes.
Because I've not heard a lot of some of the stories of a father intentionally getting involved in sex educating the child. There are few. He's done very well. And then I'm sure that has helped you over the years.
Yes, really.
Good. So, can you tell us how your parenting journey has been so far? Before you got married, how many children did you intend to give birth to? What were your expectations as a mother?
Okay. Before to getting married, that's preparing for my journey as a parent. Because of the training and the parenting I had, and as a professional teacher, I've taught or I learned about the child psychology and those things. So when I went out to teach, I was parenting a lot of my students.
Okay.
So most of them will come to me even when they are in problem rather than confining in their parents. So because of that, I learned a lot. I took it upon myself and I read on parenting.
Wow, you yourself.
Yes.
So you prepared
yes.
ahead.
So,
and you had the practical experiences
yes.
too.
So
Okay.
combined with the one I had through my parents, I also learned about it. Because as a teacher, you are a parent. And a lot of them will come to school sometimes with empty stomach, sometimes sick, sometimes psychological and emotional issues. So because of that, my mind on parenting was somehow
developed or deepened.
Yes.
Good.
But my expectation was to have 3 children.
Any reason for that? How many boys and girls?
I really love the girls.
The girls.
So I wanted 2 girls and a boy.
2 girls and a boy.
Yes.
But has that happened yet?
Not yet. I have a girl, but I have a lot of
adopted.
I have one adopted child, or now a man who is married with a kid.
Wow.
And most of my elder sisters, their children, I catered for them.
Wow.
So because now I don't feel the vacuum because I have people or children always around me. So
but biologically you have
biologically
one
I have one
for now.
for now.
Okay. So how would you describe your journey as a parent so far? How old is your child now?
She is 11.
She's 11. How has it been so far?
It has not been easy because as a working mother and parenting, it's not an easy journey as compared to the generation we find ourselves. Because sometimes as a banker, you have to wake up early, get to the workplace very early, but you have to leave late. And
you go early, leave late.
You come home late. But you have to combine your parenting. And because of the experience I had when I was training my adopted children and the students I taught, I knew that if I don't also give much attention to my parenting, to my children around me, it can cause them a lot. So it has not been easy, but with God factor, it has really helped me. So I was going extra mile, wake up very early, do whatever I have to do for the children. I don't like them eating outside.
Okay.
So for that was how I was trained. So it has become part of me. Sometimes 4 a.m. I have to be up cooking for them. So I will do whatever I have to do for the children before I leave the house. But normally their father take them early in the morning to school, then I will pick them in the afternoon.
Okay.
So what I was doing was, because I knew that I was coming home late, I tried a house help. It didn't help me.
It didn't help. How many did you have? Do you remember?
I tried about 3. And the history about it wasn't good. My own was not helping me. So I decided to do it, and with the help of my husband. So what I do is that around 5 or 4, initial stage I took her, she was the youngest, to a school that they don't vacate. So it's throughout the year. They go to school and they close at 6. So at least by 6, I have to rush and be there. And I have to also be very nice with the teachers, so that days that I won't be able, I will have to call the teacher that today I will be late, so please take good care of the child for me. Or sometimes I will send a driver, pick her, bring her to the workplace. Then when I close, so she will do the homework, everything at workplace, eat. Then when we close, we come home together.
Okay.
So it has not been easy, but I think doing that created a bond between herself and myself, because she was always close, and she developed a sense or a character that my mom is working, so I have to be a little independent and also work towards what I have to do. So emotionally, it also trained her, and socially.
Okay. When the house helps left,
Yes.
you have to figure out a way. You didn't throw your hands in despair.
Yes.
You're a working mother, so you found a way of going about it. That is very, very important. So, in raising the children, how did you get them into the things of God? How did you share the gospel with them? And at what age did you do that? What were some of the values that you instilled in them?
Okay, thank you. With the introduction of God factor, somebody asked my mom, Madam, why is it that all your children are brilliant? And she gave an answer, which I also took it in good faith, that when I'm pregnant, I eat well and I read a lot. So research shows that during pregnancy, whatever you do affect the child. So I took it upon myself that whenever I'm doing my quiet time, I speak to my stomach. And I gave her name while she was there. So I will mention her name that I'm reading the Bible with you. So to me, in the stomach. So if you want a child to be brilliant in the secular world, and you read a lot and it has impact on the child, then as a Christian, if you also read your Bible and speak the word to your child in the womb, it also works. So I took that advantage, and that is how I introduced. So when I gave birth to her, always when I'm doing my quiet time or we are doing devotion, she has to be close. And I bought the children Bible for her at early age because she was able to read at a tender age. So she was always willing to take the Bible and read.
Wow.
Even sometimes when you were busy, then she will be coming asking you more questions about what she read. So that is how I introduced the God factor. And as she's growing, I always talk with her through devotion and on one-on-one talks. That now the world is turning into something. As a Christian, you have control, or you have the world is available before you, but it's not everything that you have to follow. So it has really helped.
Okay, that's fantastic. Did you say that you give the name to the child?
Yes.
Did your husband allow you to do that?
Yes, we discussed.
You discussed,
yes.
And he agreed?
Yes.
Hey, men watching, how many of you will allow your wives to name your child, your only child? Will you do that? Well, my husband won't do that.
But he can add another name that when the child comes.
You know, for men, that is their pride, oh.
It really works. Because I remember I was watching TV and I said the father came home and mentioned Inshraba. Then I heard some kicks. I said, hey, then it means that he or she is responding to the Inshraba. So that is how it was done.
That is how it was done. It's interesting that you started very early, and that's the best way to go. Once you start early, you get the results too, and you have to be consistent. So, you know, we are in the digital age. What would you say about how you are able to manage her screen time? How do you?
Okay.
And I think I asked about values.
The values, yeah.
So tell us about the values and talk to us about the screen time.
Yeah. With regards to the values, since we started the God factor early, I made her understood certain things are not right, and respect, honesty.
Respect.
Yes. Honesty. Kindness. Humble.
Humility.
Yes. So, and calling a spade, that is justice. When if it's bad, it's bad. If it's wrong, good is good. So, even if you have erred, tell me that this is what I did. I prefer it than telling lies. So if you tell me a lie and I later on find out the truth, I will discipline you. But if you are bold to tell me that this is what I did, I won't beat you. Because every human being is bound to make a mistake. So I take it from there and see how best I'll correct you. So with the respect for elderly people and even among her own peers, and without looking or discriminating, this is rich, this is poor, so I only respect those from rich family. No, every human being is a human being, so you should be humble.
Okay, so you have instilled the value of kindness, humility, truthfulness, And then
Justice.
justice and respect for all without fear or favor. So please tell us about the screen time too.
Yes. With the screen aspect, because those days I was very busy, and sometimes when I take her to the office, I will open a laptop, then give her this educative stuff, A, B, C, D, and those things. So at a point, I realized that she was becoming addicted to screen. So and I don't believe in giving a child a phone at an early age, but it was a circumstance, so that whilst I'm busy, she will learn through the screen or the laptop. So when I realized that she was becoming addicted, I started gradually to withdraw that kind of service or whatever I'm giving to her. So the school she was attending at grade 3, 2, and 4, most of the friends were having phones.
Wow, grade 3,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
and 4.
Yes. So once she came to tell me that, oh, now you don't even let me touch any phone, not even laptop, nothing. But I have to do research. I said, yes. Now, and I've developed some kind of friendship. So whatever you go to school and whatever happened, come and tell me. And I realized that she will come and tell me, this child does TikTok. I said, okay. So, and tweaking. They were watching TikTok and tweaking. I said, okay, you see the reason why at this age, you shouldn't be addicted to that. You can go and check something that is below your age. So I try to side the mind, the reason. But if you have any research to do, I will give you my phone. So now I have a extra phone, but it's not for her. It's for research. So as and when you need it, I'll release it to you. But I don't buy the idea of giving a child a phone to own a total phone at a tender age.
So what would be your preferred age to give children phones?
That for me, at a secondary school.
Secondary school.
Even with that, not when you are going to school,
But when
maybe
you're on
at home.
vacation.
And that will also go through some kind of scrutiny. Because I believe that the technology is good, but at the same time, it's having more negative impacts on our children.
Yeah.
Because those days, in our whatever era, even if a man wants you, he cannot send any message unless maybe you guy may hide somewhere and call, which may be difficult. But now when the child is in the room, when he's sleeping, whatever he's doing, things that he's not supposed to know, through the technology will come and tell you that this is what. And because of the moral values, when she goes to school and some of the children want to introduce that, she will come and tell me that this is what. And because of that, we changed the school for her.
Wow.
She said, they are good, but mommy, their moral life
It's corrupt.
is corrupt. I don't want now. They told us this is what you do. When a man and whatever in the office, they can do this.
Really?
Then, so please change the school for me.
She said that.
Yes. So it was even class 6 second term, but we changed the school.
Wow, that was a good one. But I hope the school she's in is better.
It's better.
That's-
We really did investigation before.
That is interesting. Wow. So there are no children anymore.
Nah, what they know, I was amazed that it's an international school where they have other,
Cautious.
yes. So everybody wants to have the freedom, and they were growing. Classes going to JSS, you know that she has developed, so she realized that it wasn't helping her.
That is interesting. Good. So how do you have fun as a family? How do you bond?
Okay. Thank you. Because of the nature of our job, we realized that no, it's good for us to, some weekends, move out from the house. So my husband and I, we developed that culture before even we had a child. So some of the weekend, we move out from the house so that I won't bombard myself with a lot
move out
of...
to where?
Sometimes outside Accra, sometimes the same Accra but a hotel.
Okay.
Or a guest house, a place to relax. So when we had children around us, that is what we also do. There are times that we go out, we travel with all of them. Then we go for fun. Sometimes there are children playing grounds, and so with that, they learn a lot because they are exposed to other social. It builds their social life or skills. So they tend to also ask a whole lot of questions. So that is how we find. And also, the two of us, we like football, so we play football too in the house.
You and your husband?
The three of us and the other children.
You play football?
Football.
Wow. So which team do you support?
I'm a Barca fan.
Wow. Okay, the conversation is becoming more and more interesting. She is a Barca fan. What are you? We'll go on a quick commercial break and we'll be back shortly. Thank you.
Hello viewers, I'm Dr. Abigail Chi, a nurse by profession and currently practicing as a public health consultant. I'm on Radiant Parenting. This is a beautiful program that is working out to impact generations. And I encourage you to watch it and learn lessons out of it for parenting, which will be helpful for this generation and generations to come. Please like, share, and spread the news out to your friends and relations so that they will always be watching to be getting the tidbits that are necessary for essential parenting. Let's make parenting radiant to the glory of God.
Hello, welcome back from the commercial break. We are having a really insightful session with Mrs. Gifty Agyemang. She shared a lot of insight with us. For me, one of the highlights is the fact that right from pregnancy, she started reading Bible to her child. And also in her home, she plays football with the husband and the child. That is very interesting. So you can have fun. You don't need so much money to have fun. You can make your home as much of heaven as possible. You don't need to have the whole world before you can have fun. Good. Mrs. Agyemang, so how do you manage sibling rivalry? Because you have your daughter and you have other adopted children. How do you manage the relationship?
Okay. In the first place, you have to know the cause. Because sometimes it's because of the style of parenting that causes it. For a sibling to have some kind of sentiments or jealousy towards the other. And normally when there's no social skills and there's no fairness in parenting, it happens. So I quite remembered two of my elder sisters' children were with me. And at a point I realized that they were not in good terms, or I don't see them chatting as siblings supposed to have done. So I called the elderly one, who was a lady, and I was asking, why is it that you don't have a bond with your brother and you are only two siblings? Then she told me, I think that my mother loved my brother more than myself. So I called the brother, and the brother too was like, me too, daddy love her more than myself, so we have shared.
Oh,
I have mommy, and then she has daddy. So that's okay. Then you are in a new environment. You have your kid sister. So if you don't bond, she's going to. So the problem is you thinking that one parent is having or sharing all the love towards the other. Then I will talk with your parents. So I made it a conscious effort that whilst they are staying together with this child, I shared equal love. So whatever I'll buy for A, I'll buy same. If I'm dishing, I will sometimes intentionally that you come and pick what you want. So through that, they were able to realize that they are not enemies, but just that they think that in terms of parental guidance or whatever, they are not getting the fairness from each. So normally you have to understand the root cause and you deal with it. And there are some homes that you may have special child. I once have a child who came for holidays, and from childhood she was a bit late developer, but she doesn't have any deformity. So in her case, there are certain things you have to take your time, and sometimes when you are doing it, other children may think that you are shifting more attention. So in such homes, what you have to do is to sit the other siblings down and let them know the reason why you are shifting that. And in that case too, the first scenario, one was very brilliant than the other, so it was like they see themselves some kind of jealousy in terms of competition.
Brother and sister.
So I told them that every child is a unique person. You may be academically good, but she may, or the other person may have a skill that you can never be able to also have. So everybody is very important. So I think by the time they left, now they are adults. And one is married now. I think now they are bonding well. So we have to know the root cause, because if you are not able to manage it well, it carries on to their adulthood. And in some cases it brings mental health, because recently a guy came to me and was like, my mom, whatever she's having, she will give it to my sister, and that's, I don't think she's also doing anything better than. So this child is having this idea for long
trauma,
22 years now. So I told her, no, and him that, nah, it's not like that. Maybe your mother has not even realized it, so voice it out. So I was able to talk to the mother. So it's something you have to get the root cause and solve it.
So for you to manage sibling rivalry, get to know what is causing it, then you can manage it. Fantastic. You told us about how you have fun together, but can you tell us how you usually spend your Christmas? Very soon will be in Christmas. How do you spend it? Previous ones and the one to come.
Okay. Previously, we spend the Christmas normally with our parents.
Okay.
So we travel to visit our parents, both sides. Mine was Kufuridua, and his own is at Central Region. So that's what. But the 31st normally we come to Accra and we have that fun. We have to plan something, maybe outing, then factor in 31st night. So, but now that some of the parents are not there, we coming Xmas, we are planning to have fun for among ourselves, that is those staying here in Accra. So we are planning that to fun time outside to go and chill small.
Go and chill small. Go and be stressed small. It is also very, very, very much important. Okay, so your Christmas is lovely. It's a lot of fun. That's fantastic. So, Mrs. Agyemang, can you give us your last word? But before you do that, from hindsight, what do you think you would do differently? Or you wish you had done differently as a parent so far? After that, give us your last word.
Okay, thank you. I think that I have to learn more on parenting because life is not static. So always you have to get new ideas, looking at what the era we find ourselves and what is coming forth recently, the LGBTQ. So I think that I have to intensify more of the quality time I spend and share whatever problems that she's having. I have to know so that I will be able to correct it as soon as possible and it won't yield to a difference. So I think that for now I have to intensify my quality time that I spend with her.
That's great. So what do you have to tell other parents? What is your last word? What is your advice to other parents?
Okay, I will advise that parenting is not a static something that this is how I was trained. So automatically, whether it's good or bad, you have to follow. So we are blessed with this program. People should sign on to, parents should sign on to it and educate themselves. And also we should have quality time with our children. Because nowadays, if you don't involve your child and take them as friends and let them know what is going on in their lives, they will turn to outside of friends, which they may lead them into danger. So it's very, very important we dedicate. The quality time is not about having 5 hours or whatever. It could be just 2 minutes, but you just pay very attentive to the child. To this moment is for you. What do you want us to do? What fun do you want us to share? So that we will be close to our children. It's not all about money, but how we spend our time with them. So
That's
they
right.
should also continue signing on to this radiant parenting.
Wow. Thank you for that great endorsement. I've learned a lot from you. We are honored to have you on the show. I wish you the very best on your parenting journey. Hello, dear viewers. I hope you have learned something from this discussion. I have learned so much too. Please, this Christmas, what are you doing? Are you going to do it as business as usual? Take your time, plan with the family, have fun, and above all, don't forget that the reason for the season is not about eating and drinking, it's about Jesus, that he came as man, he lived because of us, he died, and he rose again, and he's surely going to come again. Are you going to go? I am going to go. Thank you so much for watching us. We hope to see you again at another time. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Very great. Thanks. And you?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, I could see you were one of the participants of the parenting training that took place this afternoon. Please, what have you learned in the training and what can you share with us?
All right. I'm grateful for this training because today I learned about the skills in parenting. And then I got to know who a parent is and his role in child upbringing. I also learned that there are various stages in child outbringing. So per their ages, there are different styles a parent has to know and then train the children. I also learned that a parent's role basically is to train and shepherd a child from infancy to adulthood. Per the ages of the children, there are things that parents are supposed to do and there are things that they are not supposed to do. Above all, love is a key point. That's the basic thing in all skills that a parent should have.
So today I learned a lot, and I know what a parent is supposed to do at every stage in a children's life.
Okay, so with this, how do you expect this to be of benefits to the farmers?
We come across various cases on our field, and today I'm proud to say that I can attribute a lot of these cases to bad parental skills. So from henceforth, I'm going to train my farmers on good parenting skills, and I hope that these cases we are having will be remedied with this solution.
Okay, so is it a course or is it a project you think that should be implemented in order to turn cocoa sourcing communities?
Of course, specifically from this area, because of the illegal mining, parents have lost their children to this activity, and they cannot hold their children back because of the parenting styles they've been using over these years. So knowing this, I'm going to teach a parent his roles, especially what to do with their children when they are growing up. And I think with this, every child who will have this care and love from parents will listen to their parents and will not go into galamsey. And this will help with the kids in my district very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Letitia. And we wish you all the very best. And we hope that this is going to be implemented in all your cocoa sourcing communities and to be a blessing unto the farmers. We are grateful for your time. Thank you.
You are welcome.